Some seniors in town might be thinking about moving to a new home, but the idea of going through decades of belongings can seem overwhelming. We spoke with moving specialists and longtime Needham residents who recently went through the packing process to learn the best way to determine what to keep.
We lived in a house in Needham for 64 years. And in 64 years, you accumulate an awful lot of things. I think for me, the most difficult thing is deciding what to keep and what to throw out.
The move manager will come in and they'll just take control of the situation. They'll come assess what you have, what needs to be downsized, help you donate any items that need to be donated, consign anything. They have all of their own resources, and they really just take that stress off.
To make this move easier for you is to bring some of those things that are important to you, because you should surround your apartment, your new apartment and space with the things that you love. Of course, we can't bring them all, but it's eliminating the ones that we can live without, but bringing the ones that are meaningful to you.
It was making decisions. They did pack you, and they moved, do you want this? Is this for donation, or are you taking this with you? And it was a fast conversation as I am saying it to you. And it was nothing that I premeditated before they started packing.
We had a lot of time to really think about what we wanted to keep and what we didn't want to keep. And I think that because of the pandemic, and we all started thinking about what's really important, we realized we didn't need so much stuff. I kept, some things that are family mementos, but enough that we have that we look at and makes us feel happy, but got rid of a lot of stuff.
I think the best thing to do in decluttering is to look at your home and look at the items that you have used in the last year or even 2 years. I think there's usually two categories of items. There's the sentimental items that you might not necessarily use, but they are absolutely part of your everyday life and you just need them. And then there's a lot of items that we're all guilty of keeping around, saying, I might use that one day. So I always say it's a good rule to take a look around. And if you haven't used it in the last few years, it's something that you're safe to declutter.
Identify your belongings into 5 groups. 1 is to keep, 2 is to give to family, 3 is to sell, 4th is to donate, and 5 is to discard. So that's how I distinguish all of their items. And we use a different color for each of these categories. So I think using a color coding system helps with this process. And then you stick with that. And when you're putting these colors on these different pieces that you love or don't want, it clearly identifies what you're bringing with you and clearly identifying what the other pieces are going, where they're going.
We really wanted people to be able to use these things that we used and they were in great condition. We wanted to move them on. So that's what we did. So it didn't have as much angst as a lot of people say it did, because we were just ready.
Put together all your spatulas, for example, and see, how many you have, and then eliminate the ones that you don't need. Not everyone needs 10 spatulas. We're right sizing. Also, you don't need to start all over the house. Start with one room. And when you work in that one room, go around the room. So start at one end and then work your way around. And that way, when you complete the room, you feel a sense of accomplishment. And thirdly is plan in advance. Like I mentioned in the beginning, there are people that have been in their home for several years, 30, 40, 50 years. It's going to take time to do this. So get started now. Don't wait.
It's difficult for everyone at any stage of life, no matter how much support you have. So just take your time and be good to yourself in the process.